Tip-off with Royal. The tip goes to the Chicago Sky and into the hand. Kalia telling us we're not expected, we don't know how many minutes Ariel will play. It's really going to be kind of a quarter-to-quarter read by this Chicago Sky coaching staff. Onyenwere catch and shoot.
It did result in a basket, but that was a really good offensive possession by Chicago. Poise, really good ball movement, and patience.
Shakira Austin, high off the glass, and you've been impressed with the way she's been playing really the last few games.
Well, I think you talk about emerging stars with Sonia Citron. I also think Shakira Austin is one as well. Her biggest issue has been her injuries, Lisa, but she's so versatile and skilled as a post player.
Now the Mystics really dealing with the announcement of that trade. There's Elizabeth Williams, and the Sky go up 4-2.
That's 2 possessions in a row where Washington has blitzed Chicago, sent 2 defenders to the ball handler, and Chicago didn't panic. They were poised. They found the open player.
And Citron driving, can't make the shot. Sonia Citron is shooting lights out against Chicago in the first 3 games. There's some transition points. It's E-Will once again.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't point out on that Sonia Citron miss, Ariel Atkins was defending her.
We love you pointing stuff like that out.
I feel like that's my job.
Yeah, it could be. My job is to remind everyone of the game status report brought to you by the University of Chicago Medicine, the Chicago Sky's exclusive medical provider. Angel Reese in the house, but still in street clothes and on the bench, and obviously Courtney Vandersloot out for the season. Injuries have been a huge story for the Chicago Sky, and so to get an Ariel Atkins after missing the last 7 games is absolutely huge. Angel now has missed 6 of the last 8. Camila Cardoso, a little tiptoe, and an and one chance.
I don't always like it when Camila Cardoso puts better angle and finish through contact.
Backdoor cut, they find Melbourne. She can't find the bucket. Elizabeth Williams, another rebound. E-Will coming off her best game of the season, 15 points, 15 rebounds on Sunday against Phoenix. And they're looking for her again. That time Citron read it all the way, forcing the turnover. Rachel Pano with the quick hands, swatting it away, but it'll stay Mystics basketball. They got 19 seconds to work with.
This is great awareness by Rachel.
Shung Sutton started in all 28 games here so far for the Mystics. 7 seconds, Melbourne gives it up. Austin loses it, and the Sky come up with it. They're turning over the Mystics here early. Michaela Onyenwere, step-through move, and the Sky go up 8-2.
And that's that strength of Michaela Onyenwere. There's nothing the rookie can do with that.
Citron missing everything.
Michaela made her work so hard to get open off that screen that she had nothing left for the shot.
Ah, Ariel Atkins, welcome back. And a nice applause here at Wintrust Arena.
Ariel Atkins, one of the best mid-range jump shooters in the WNBA.
First bucket, first point since July 14th, where she played 15 minutes, got injured in that game against Minnesota. And we haven't seen her since until tonight. Well, assistant coach Courtney Paris will be wearing the microphone. You see that on her. Thanks to her and our friends at Magellan Corporation for our mic'd up segment.
I'm dying to see how much Courtney Paris really talks, because I recruited her decades ago, and on the telephone, she never talked.
I'm told that she's giving us a lot of good stuff, so maybe it was just you.
That's what I'm thinking. So if she talks on this mic, then that means it was just me.
We'll have to see. We'll be the judge of that. The Sky up +10. Austin spin move. And Shakira Austin has the only points here so far for the Mystics, who come in a 13-15 overall record on the outside looking in of a playoff chance. Onyenwere attacking the paint.
And that's another rookie, Lucy Olsen this time, that was defending Michaela. And if I'm Michaela and I see Jade Melvin, Lucy Olsen, or Sonia Citron in front of me, I'm going to the basket.
Austin's getting a heavy dose of touches, trying to challenge Cardoso, looking for the foul call, won't get it. Largest lead of the game here for Chicago. Rachel Banham not there. Loose ball into Sutton's hands. Shug Sutton putting on the burners and attacking Rachel Banham. That's her first personal. Makes good on the first. Magellan Corporation, a specialty steel distributor with a heart of gold and proud sponsor of the Chicago Sky.
Shug is having just an absolute career year, or career season, I should say. And what I've been most impressed with is her ability to add to her three-point accuracy without losing anything at the paint, like what you just saw. She's still at her best when she's able to get into the paint.
Well, she knows Ariel Atkins well, too. The two of them played together at Texas. Got to a couple of Sweet 16s. Kia Nurse now coming back off the bench with Elizabeth Williams as a starter again for the Sky. And Nurse, the long two, won't fall. Banham trying to fight over that screen, which is tough to do when Steph Dolson is setting it. And she blows the layup, though. Here comes Nurse leaking out left side, and the finish.
Anytime Chicago can get quick and easy buckets in transition, it's going to behoove them. Gives them a chance to score before the defense can get set.
Yeah, Washington normally good at holding opponents off of fast break points here this year. Only allow opponents the second fewest in that category, but right now Chicago looking to leak out and test them a little bit with their transition defense. That's Iriafin. Kiki Iriafin's first bucket. And a turnover forced. Here's Sutton attacking. And a couple of quick buckets here by the Mystics.
That's Shug Sutton at the rim, 80% at the rim, and a 40% three-point shooter. That's great balance.
It's got the lead here in half. Cardoso, good ball movement. Kia Nurse passes it up for a better shot for Banham. Can't put it away, but Cardoso, the offensive rebound. I like how she goes right at Steph Dolson once, twice. That's the charm.
Camila's third in the entire WNBA in second chance points. She's been phenomenal in that area down this last four-game stretch.
There's Lucy Olsen, the Villanova, Iowa product, rattles it home. And had 4 high draft picks this year. Olsen is one of them by the Mystics, and Elizabeth Williams, a breakdown on the defense, and they take advantage.
Every time the Mystics have brought a blitz, Chicago has handled it splendidly.
Elizabeth Williams, quick hands. They're going to get Sutton hanging on. That'll be her first.
Washington's your leader and someone who is as well liked in the locker room as Ariel, fights back for herself and for this team, and then comes back to the lineup.
So Iriafin's on the bench. That means Elizabeth Williams is getting some sitting time as well. You know, Tyler Marsh had talked about trying to mix and match minutes rest with what the Mystics bigs were doing. And Shakira Austin stays in, Cardoso stays in, but they've got 4 reserves now here for Chicago. Interesting to see how they can protect or maybe build on this advantage. Sevgi Uzun to the rookie Westbeld, who can't finish it. Emily Enksler tosses it away. Are they capable of attacking the paint? Well, there's my answer, right? With this lineup, Cardoso with the finish.
You just answered your own question, Lisa. But that's actually, Chicago has done very well in the paint against Washington. In the series, they're averaging almost 40.
Melvin looks it off. Secure Austin in and out. She's taken 4 of the first 13 shots here for the Mystics. And this lead ties the largest lead here for Chicago tonight. Off the hands of Allen. Too high of a pass for her to corral. And here's Citron on the move. Crossing over on Westbeld. 2 of them former Notre Dame teammates.
And now Camila will get a nice break. Elizabeth Williams will come back in, and she'll be the primary defender against Shakira Austin. And I think that was a great decision by Coach Marsh to pull his big girl out. Give her a little blow.
That's something you had talked about on Sunday. When you go with a bigger lineup, there's always that, you know, sitting and resting kind of questions between Elizabeth Williams and Camila Cardoso, especially with Angel Reese out of the game. Another bucket. The Sky just pouring it on here in the first quarter.
And what it looks like Coach Marsh and his staff is doing is they're matching Washington's lineup. So Washington started big, Chicago starts big. Washington goes small, so Chicago is able to go basically 4 guards.
Kia Nurse keeps her dribble. And a touch to Williams, gives it right back to Kia Nurse, who gets hacked by Olsen. Her first.
So that's a really nice floater that she just showed us.
University of Chicago Medicine is proud to be the exclusive medical provider for your Chicago Sky. Use Chicago Medicine at the forefront. Uzun in her 3rd game wearing a Chicago Sky uniform. Look at the battle there for Westbell, but she loses it off the offensive rebound attempt. Melbourne well off the mark. And the Mystics are 0 for 3 from 3 to match the Sky's 0 for 3. Someone's going to hit a 3-point shot here tonight, I betcha. Might not happen in the first quarter, though. A combined 0 for 6 between these two teams. Elizabeth Williams, Kia Nurse launches, not there. And 0.1 left on the clock. Sure, you've had many other great conversations now that she's been on staff.
One of the best bigs to play the game.
That's a 3. That's the first 3-pointer of the game between these two teams. They were a combined 0 for 7 in that first quarter.
That's a rare 3 from Emily Inkster. She's shooting about 21% this season.
Off the hands there of Westbell. Ariel Atkins back in to start the second quarter with this group that ended the first quarter. Elizabeth Williams, 8 points in the first quarter to lead all scorers. Not there for Beck Allen.
I like the aggressiveness by Beck Allen. An aggressive Beck is a better Beck.
And Uzun commits her first personal. Sefki Uzun, as I talked about, her 3rd game with the Chicago Sky. System new coaches, and you're dumped into trying to figure it all out as you're playing the game is kind of tough. Melvin, bounce pass. Exler can't finish, gets the offensive rebound with the putback. With the offensive foul. Westbelt's had some chances.
That was a lot of contact. There was a lot of contact on Maddie's field goal attempt.
Exler back the other way. Hit one on from the far wing, looking for the near wing. There's Onyanwere muscling her way in. And Citron comes down with the rebound, long pass. Citron has been well off the mark. It's the second air ball that she shot here tonight. Iriafen battling against Elizabeth Williams, and she draws the foul against E. Will, her first.
Right now, Washington is just playing with a little more intensity and aggressiveness. And the advantage always goes to the aggressor. They're getting these loose balls, offensive rebounding, and they're capitalizing on it.
Your local Ford dealers, the official vehicle partner of the Chicago Sky. Fresh shipments of adventure-ready SUVs in stock, ready to drive home today. Stop by your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com to learn more. And Cardoso has checked back in. Iriafen in the lineup here, and it's Austin who gets the breather. And so the Sky actually going big as Williams stays in with Cardoso checking back in. And the starters for Chicago all playing in this rotation here. Cardoso gets it right back on the repost. Too strong. Olsen, good entry pass, but getting tied up. There's 1, 2, 3 Sky defenders there. It'll be a jump ball coming up.
That was all Michaela Onyenwere. She did a great job of not allowing her size disadvantage be a disadvantage in this matchup against Kiki Iriafen. So she's given up several inches, so what?
Got to jump it up against Cardoso, who wins the jump, but the Mystics come down with the ball. Trying to get this deficit back to single digits. Washington is 5 seconds, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Iriafen. Quick hands, it'll stay here. Chicago will take it out from the sideline. Let's check in with Kalia Butler.
Emily Engstler and Camila Cardoso had a brief crossover at Syracuse back in 2020, but Emily said Camila is exactly what everybody expected her to be, a dominant player. She said as soon as she transferred to South Carolina and just seeing her success so early on in her first 2 years, she's so happy for her, but she already knew exactly what she was going to be.
And a walking violation there, so another turnover for the Sky. Engstler was a teammate with Camila at Syracuse, as well as Brittany Sykes, by the way. In that 2021 season, they got to the round of 32. Well, Brittany Sykes, practically first-round draft pick for next year.
I was very surprised by the news, but when you really break it down, it's a win-win for both teams. Washington gets another top draft pick next year, so they can continue to surround talent around this young core that they already have.
Onyenwere knocks in the three-pointer, much needed. The Sky were 0 for 5 before that make.
And that's what Michaela can do. She's very versatile, so she can just jam you in the paint, or else she can really spread out the D. You have to respect her ability to catch and shoot threes.
You know, she just looks like a great 13-point advantage for the Sky. Largest lead has been 15. Austin with the handoff to Sutton. Jab step, launches a three. They're getting some offensive rebounds. Second one of the night. Melvin, reverse. And her first points here tonight.
Washington's out rebounding Chicago by 3 in this quarter.
Onyenwere. Back iron, but Elizabeth Williams with the offensive rebound gives her another chance. Yeah, Steph Dolson guilty right on the baseline. Angel Kent that the fan was eating right by Tyler Marsh.
I missed that, Lisa. I was too busy working.
Oh, I mean, I was listening, of course, to everything you were saying. My eyes were glued to that chocolate cake or donut or whatever. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. What are the chances that that's a vegan?
0%. So that's all for me.
Yeah.
You can just support me while I have a taste. 28-17, the fourth and final meeting here between the Sky and the Mystics. The Mystics took the first 3 meetings. First 2 were close. The last one, July 29th, was a blowout. It's actually the last time that we've seen Angel Reese play here, by the way, and an offensive foul call against Shakira Austin, her second.
I'm looking at the way Chicago is defending Sonia Citron, and they are going to make sure that she doesn't have another 28-point night against them.
What do you notice is different?
I've seen at least 3 different defenders on her, and they're doing an excellent job of jamming her up, of going over the top of every screen, of really not giving her any room to get her shot off.
Here's a second opportunity, though, for the Sky, but Austin tips that pass attempt away. She's long, stands at 6'5", but she's got that long wingspan.
She's a top 10 defensive player in this league.
Austin drops it off. Dolson kicks it out to Sutton. A wide open look there. And another foul call, a reach in.
That was one of those plays where Rachel to lose the ball, so therefore the official has to call it.
And it's 2 personals on Steph Dolson, who's defending Elizabeth Williams there on the post. And again, Shakira Austin breaking that up off the dribble, and then Sutton finishes it off. Fast break points here for the Mystics.
And this is where Washington has been excellent against Chicago in the series so far. They're averaging 26 points off Chicago's turnovers in the last 3 games.
And really, in the last 5 against any opponent, they've been forcing teams into 16 turnovers per game. Chicago right now sitting at 8 here in the first half, so they're halfway to that mark. Kia Nurse drawing the foul against Melbourne. Jade Melbourne's first.
Series.
Bet365 is the official mobile sports book of the Chicago Sky. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
So I love Kia Nurse's decision to just put her head down and get to the rim. Put the pressure on the officials to make the call.
Nurse again coming off the bench here tonight. She has started 17 times this year for the Sky. If you're just joining us, Ariel Atkins playing for the first time. Beck Allen guilty of the foul. She turns to the bench for just a second, and they're considering challenging.
I would not challenge this one. I would not challenge. It's a good decision by Chicago to not challenge that.
Well, Citron, an 89% free throw shooter, misses the first. Now, the Mystics do so well at drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. As you've talked about, it's one of their strengths. Chicago looking to try to keep them off the charity stripe here tonight. They're 5 of 6. Uzun directing traffic, takes the screen from Cardoso. And another turnover, make it 9 of them here in the first half. Austin will step right up from 15 feet out. And after hitting her first shot, Shakira Austin's 1 for 5. She's missed her last 4. We will take a timeout.
Big girl is working tonight. Washington's making her earn it. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's playing hard.
She's 2 points off a double-double here in the first half. 8 points, 10 rebounds already. Austin looking to step through past her and draws the foul. It's the first.
That move right there that Shakira Austin just put on Camila is what makes Shakira Austin special. She has counter moves upon counter moves.
Ashley, where style begins at home. Visit ashleyfurniture.com today.
Just when you think you've got her and you wall up on her,
yep,
she hits you with the step through or a spin move or a counter move, and then it puts the defender off balance.
Elizabeth Williams turns and faces Iriafen. Ewell gets tripped up. Mystics take advantage, force the 10th turnover against the Sky. Here's Sutton to Iriafen, back to Austin. Austin, shuffle pass, Iriafen good up fake, and the finish with the left hand.
Shakira Austin and Kiki are bookends. They're very similar in how they play. I just complimented Shakira for all her counter moves. Kiki plays exactly the same way. Very skilled post players.
Iriafen had a career high in the last meeting against the Sky as well, but she's coming off tying that career high in the last game on Sunday with 22 points. 3 seconds to shoot. Kia Nurse to Cardoso. The mid-range from the baseline.
She shot that because the shot clock was expiring, but I'd like to see Camila take more of those. She can shoot that shot. I've seen her do it in practice.
She's got a double-double now after that bucket. 10 points, 10 rebounds for Cardoso. Sutton with another bucket. And inside a minute left to play here in the first half. I'll say one thing, Tyler Marsh, still protecting this lead, even though they've turned the ball over 11 times in the first half.
So it gave them a little bit of cushion. But the way Washington scores off of turnovers, and they score quickly. Chicago's got to tighten up. This lead won't hold.
Austin off the 1 foot. Shakira Austin so good. She'll get about 9 points in the paint here this year. 9 of her 12 to 13 points come in that fashion, and again, they're turning them over as they cross midcourt, but Melbourne couldn't put it away. A wide open layup. Uzun. Back-to-back turnovers. Citron, she won't miss that. 6 seconds left. You had noticed the momentum was shifting at the start of the second quarter. Here's Elizabeth Williams. And with point quarter. And they're only shooting 3 of 13 in the second. For 8 total points, that'll help. Cardoso from the baseline, out of bounds. The Mystics and the Sky. And Chicago, other than the first bucket that the Mystics scored, that's been the only lead change. And the Sky have led basically the entire first half. We'll see what the second half has in store. And a cutting Citron drew a foul there in the paint.
This rookie's smart, and I don't know if actually that's an adjustment that her coaches gave to her at halftime, or she just made that read. But Chicago has been overplaying her the entire first half. She did a great job of cutting against that pressure, going back door.
Now it's Onyenwere who's defending her. Atkins, they switch off. So Atkins has her up top. Here's Iriafen. Trying to get Elizabeth Williams, trying to shoot around and up and over Elizabeth Williams. Misses that attempt. Rachel Banham, pass to Cardoso. She's been tough with the finish tonight.
Perfect pass. That was a perfect pass by Rachel Banham. Gave it to her just at the last second.
Another double-double for Cardoso. Austin, what a move.
It's all those counter moves that she showed us in the first half. It is hard to guard, and Camila Cardoso is an excellent defender.
Rachel Banham triples right into that three-point drilled shot. And the Sky go up by 10.
She needed to see that because in the last game against Phoenix, her three-point well was a little dry.
That was Ofer. The only time that she's been a starter with the Sky that she didn't hit a three-pointer. The stat of the game brought to you by Ashley. Style begins at home. Sonia Citron has been averaging 18 points against the Sky in the first 3 games. But look at how it's different here tonight.
At least three different Chicago Sky defenders against Sonia Citron, and they are doing a great job of not giving her any breathing room. That means they are chasing her over the top of all the ball screens, making her curl.
Citron off the glass.
Well, she worked hard for that.
You think she saw her graphic?
She had to curl off that screen and then be a little physical with Michaela Onyenwere to create just enough separation to get the shot off.
Good post entry from Ariel Atkins finding Cardoso, and she's the game's leading scorer, 16 points, 11 rebounds, and Ariel Atkins has another assist, her 4th of the game. Kalia Butler had told us we aren't certain how many minutes Ariel Atkins will get here tonight after she had been out for 7 straight games with that leg injury. I do know this, prior to the injury, she scored double figures 12 of the 13 games, and that included a really good game against Minnesota. 27 points that she put up.
I mean, there's no question that her absence was missed. I have said this on one of our broadcasts earlier. It's not just the injuries. Injuries are a part of the game, Lisa. It's who the injuries have occurred, and it's Courtney Vandersloot, Angel Reese, and Ariel Atkins.
One of the all-time best point guards and your top 2 scorers on the team. So you take those 3 players, the equivalent of those 3 players off of anyone's team, and see how well they do. You see Angel Reese, hopefully she's the next one to return. We know that Courtney Vandersloot's out for the season, but Angel's been dealing with a back injury once again. And she's missing 6 of the last 8 here tonight.
Notice Chicago made a switch, so they put Elizabeth Williams on Shakira Austin and matched up Camila with the rookie Kiki Iriafen.
Onyenwere, that's her strength, hunting down that bucket. Melbourne with the kick out to Austin. That's outside the paint here for her. And Shakira Austin with 8 points.
Shakira Austin doesn't shoot a lot of jumpers outside the paint. That's the one area of her game she needs to continue to expand upon.
Ariel Atkins missed that shot, but I like the fact that she drove and took that shot. Well, coming off that injury. Melbourne, quick hands from Onyenwere. It'll stay here for Mystics basketball. Citron, front of the rim.
And so Sonia works so hard on all of her other field goal attempts and just trying to get the ball and trying to get opens that by the time she is able to get a shot off, she's tired.
Bantam back to Cardoso. Corner shot on Onyenwere. Knocks it home. Took her time and drilled it.
That's where Michaela is at her best as a 3-point shooter, in that corner where she has enough time and space to get the shot off.
Sunday against Phoenix, the 2nd most points that she scored with 13 points. She's got 12 here tonight. Let's check in with Kalia Butler.
I spoke to assistant coach Courtney Paris at the half, and she said that she specifically liked their efficiency in the paint during the first half. She said she wants to keep being aggressive inside. Felt like they were defensively sound, but they know that the Mystics are going to come back and put the pressure on. They saw it last game, and she said that they just need to take care of the ball.
Kalia, thank you. A 32-24 points in the paint advantage. And you had brought it up. Chicago really, laid the groundwork for that kind of attack. 22 points in the paint that they had in the first quarter alone.
I agree with Courtney Paris. I like the efficiency by Chicago in the paint as well. They're shooting 65% in the paint right now.
Melbourne gets the lay-in. Jade Melbourne with her 2nd bucket, 4 points here tonight. Ariel Atkins, fade-away shot for bucket number 2 in her return. Ariel Atkins, all kinds of connections with this franchise. Of course, the franchise that drafted her, the franchise she won a championship with, the franchise she had been a 2-time All-Star, all-defensive player. I'm sure there are games where she just wanted to get back, but I think it's fitting that tonight against Washington is the game she makes her return in. And Atkins goes down trying to fight over that screen, again defending Citron.
I don't like this call. I don't like this call. Because there is a reason why Ariel Atkins squeezed out Sonia Citron, and it was because of Shakira Austin's physicality. She almost pushed her into Sonia Citron.
Citron, another rare miss here tonight. Here's that foul call.
I mean, that would be a hard call to overturn.
Well, the Mystics are 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Like I said, 2 rare misses for Citron here tonight from the free throw line. Elizabeth Williams, lowered that head, quick spin move, draws the foul against Steph Dolson again, so she's got 3 personals against her.
Elizabeth Williams is reminding.
And gets the bounce. Culver's proudly handcrafting fresh butter burgers, golden cheese curds, and creamy fresh frozen custard since 1984. Welcome to Delicious. And E. Will played in Washington with this franchise for 1 year back in 2022. She went to Princess Anne High School in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So very familiar with the DMV.
Princess Anne is a powerhouse in girls high school basketball.
Elizabeth Williams was one of those powerhouse players, and a powerhouse D there deflecting the pass. E. Will taking it all the way. Can't pay it off. Good ball movement by the Mystics. Sutton's got some looks, she just can't pay it off. You mentioned earlier, she's above 40% three-point shooter coming into tonight, but she's 0 for 4 from 3. Banham steps it back, barely grazing the front end of the rim. Citron. That was all Sonia Citron.
Well, she created that opportunity for herself. It's a nice little fake against Kia Nurse that gave her that separation.
Of course, the story with the Mystics, Citron and Iria Finn, both all-stars here this year. With Brittany Sykes, who, as we showed you, is now off to Seattle after a trade happening here today. Elizabeth Williams, she's getting her shots up. One of the rare misses here tonight, 4 of 7 from the field. Steph Dolson will turn and face and knock it down. Chicago Sky fans have seen her do that a time or 2.
Well, and that's what Steph wants to do. She didn't want to bang down there in the paint against Elizabeth Williams. She just takes a couple dribbles out, faces up, and shoots that jumper.
We got some subs coming in. We've got a time. She walked right behind you and you didn't even know. Ariel Atkins out of the timeout, pours it in. She's getting her rhythm back.
Lisa, I took the headset off so fast and tried to race over there, but she was already back in the swamp.
Lucy Olsen looking for it and finding it. Olsen with her second bucket.
The mid-range maestro. She's actually shooting a higher volume of threes at this level than she did in college.
Atkins goes back to back.
So if Lucy is the mid-range maestro, then Ariel Atkins is the mid-range master, because she's putting on a clinic tonight.
Yeah, certainly with the last couple of possessions as Olsen tries to muscle her way in. She draws the foul. Kia Nurse's second. She misses the first. Get your group in the game. Discounted group tickets available now. For more information, visit sky.wnba.com/group tickets. It's just a handful of home games left. Appreciate the Sky fans coming out on this Tuesday night. Got another home game coming up on Thursday against Atlanta. This is a stretch of 6 of 7 at home. Meanwhile, the Mystics in the midst of a 4-game road swing. Iria Finn catch and finish. She does things like that. She doesn't look like a rookie.
No, she's skilled, and why wouldn't she be? I mean, look at the 2 programs in college that she played at. Stanford, won a championship at Stanford, and then she transfers to USC, one of the top teams in the country there.
It's a one-on-one matchup, though. Cardoso gives it up. Uzun, pump fake, will drive and penetrate, and the scoop shot for two. Sevgi Uzun now playing double-figure minutes once again off the bench, along with Nurse and Allen. Leah Edwards making an appearance, playing for the first time. She has been dealing with some injuries, and this is her first minute of play.
Drive down the middle of the lane. And that was actually, we talk about how she doesn't play like a rookie. Well, that was actually very rookie-esque.
So learn. All these young players. Now the Mystics drafted 3 of the top 6 picks in this year's 2025 draft. And Iria Finn was one of them. Pick number 4 in this year's draft. Here's Aaliyah Edwards. I mentioned she's been dealing with some injuries. She returned on Sunday against Atlanta after dealing with a right wrist injury. Early in the season, she's missed some time because of a back injury.
She's had an up and down sophomore year, all rookie team last year.
Elizabeth Williams, so patient. E. Will now with 12 points. 3 in double figures for the Sky. No one in double figures yet for the Mystics. Put this in perspective, they only put in 46 points here so far. Sky basketball with 19 seconds here to work with.
It's great hustle by Kiki Iriafen to save that basket.
About 60 seconds left to play. Nurse lets it fly. Rookie on rookie, Iria Finn and Westbell. Sutton changes speed. Goes back down with it. 5 seconds here to work with. Mystics give it to Iria Finn, who turns, leaves it short. A 9-second differential between game and shot clock. Uzun penetrating the left side and gets the pounce. Her buckets have been in and around the rim. She's got 3 of them for 6 points. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Edwards turns and faces. No foul, no shot. Austin 8 points, 4 rebounds here tonight. Go with her 4 steals, by the way. Melbourne, an acrobatic finish.
I like Jade Melvin because she's very confident in what she does. She's undeterred. She'll shoot an air ball, but then the very next possession, she'll shoot again.
And Williams getting clipped by Austin. And Shakira Austin's 3rd personal. To close things out in the 4th. Got to take it possession by possession, minute by minute.
I'm looking over at the Washington bench right now, and I see Coach Johnson diagramming or showing something to his rookie, Kiki Iriafen, and I love that. Like, that's what you have to do this in the league. You don't, usually assistant coaches are the ones doing that in game, not head coaches.
Sydney Johnson, an assistant under Teresa Weatherspoon last year. Emery Vatan-Sever also on his staff, as well as Jesse Miller. Has spent some time with Chicago, and an up and down traveling violation against Citron. She's looked like a different player tonight.
It's the way Chicago is defending her. It really reminds me of the way Phoenix was defending Rachel Banham the other night. Rachel came into the game very hot, and it was obvious to me that Phoenix had made Rachel the entire focal point of their defensive game plan.
Well, the two rookies, Area Finn and Citron, absolutely destroyed Chicago in the last meeting. 28 points and 22 points between the two of them. Air ball for Westbell. Now it's Beck Allen, a taller defender against Citron. Austin leans in with that left shoulder. Ball's loose. Westbell comes up with it.
Elizabeth Williams, she's like a brick wall. It's textbook post defense, wall up, make the offensive player finish through you.
Elizabeth Williams back in the starting lineup here tonight. That Reese screen against Uzun. Over to a cutting Westbell for two. Her first points, but it's a big bucket here in the fourth. Pass deflected. Mystics basketball from the sideline.
I like that length of Uzun. She can get deflections and shoot the gap in the passing lane.
Uzun will take a seat as Ariel Atkins checks back in. She's played 17 minutes. Now, Tyler Marsh had said she wasn't on a minute restriction. They're going to see how she plays out here a little bit, dealing with a leg injury from July against Minnesota. Citron left all alone. Won't knock it down. We've seen several wide open missed shots by the Mystics tonight. They're 1 of 10 from three-point territory, and they're shooting just below 40% from the field. Engsler has the only three-pointer. Citron reaches up to grab that offensive rebound and puts it back. The rookie with some punch.
She just had to generate her own opportunity on that play. She's an excellent rebounding guard.
And Beck Allen never recovered from that last possession. For her, here's Ariel Atkins. Had a stretch of 3 straight buckets, but she turns it over there. Trying to thread the needle through 3 Mystics defenders, but Chicago gets it right back.
Maddie Westbeld is doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing right now. She's coming in and she's doing all the little glue and hustle plays.
Elizabeth Williams blocked from behind by Engsler.
Emily Engsler is an athlete.
Is better with some healthy point guards as well, and healthy players at the guard position. With shooting guard or point guard, Ariel Atkins is back, and Elizabeth Williams takes the feed. Michaela Onyenwede is having a good time on that play.
Oh, that reaction by Michaela Onyenwede was pure joy.
That's a play that's coming out of a timeout for Chicago. And it ties the largest lead of the game, plus 17. Area Finn, wow, cut through 2 defenders to get that bucket. Elizabeth Williams, 16 points tonight. It's coming off of a couple games where she's gotten back-to-back 15 points. A cutting Ariel Atkins. And Ariel is in double figures in her return tonight in Chicago.
It's a passing party. Everyone's invited.
And the Mystics are folding here in the fourth.
Chicago has 20 assists on 30 made field.
Ariel Atkins getting wrapped up. Citron and Area Finn chasing, and they force a turnover. Melbourne can't get it. Area Finn taps it to herself. Austin, a 3-point attempt. Shakira Austin 0 for 9 for the season from 3.
Knock those down, at least consistently, because what Shakira really wants to do is drive and get into the paint.
Meanwhile, the Mystics haven't proven that they can hit the 3-point shot tonight. They're 1 of 12 as a team for 3-point territory.
Well, all season long, they've struggled from behind the arc. This is not a great three-point shooting team. But they are able to make up for it because they're an excellent team in the paint and with mid-range jumpers.
And they generate a lot of free throw attempts. Melbourne penetrating. It'll stay here. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
They're first in the league in fouls drawn and free throw attempts. They're averaging over free throw attempts.
Yeah, and the emotion of dealing with the news of the trade, like I said, it became official about 6 hours before the tip here tonight. Brittany Sykes involved in a trade with Seattle. And Sykes actually took part in shoot-around today with the Mystics. Was here in Chicago when the news broke. Elizabeth Williams, just lay it off with your offhand. 18 points for E-Will.
Just when I thought I knew Elizabeth Williams, she does something like that. Pulls a floater out of her bag. Or a runner, whatever that was.
With her offhand, too, by the way.
It was nice.
How about Elizabeth Williams? Back-to-back games coming into tonight, 15 points. And now pouring in 18 points with 8 rebounds.
Well, the last 2 games, she's averaging over 11.5 rebounds a game, but most importantly, she's shooting 61% from the field. Very efficient. She was a bright spot against Phoenix, plus minus. She was +8 in a 16-point loss. Very impressive.
She's been the leading scorer for the Sky the last 2 games. She's the leading scorer in this game here tonight. They're forcing Austin to shoot the jumper now outside the paint. Atkins. It'll stay here. A couple of subs coming in for the Mystics. This Washington Mystics team coming into Golden State is that team that's sitting in the 8th and final spot. They have a couple of meetings left with Golden State towards the end of the season. Atkins. Mystics take it away. 16 turnovers for the Sky. And Leah Edwards, a reverse.
Leah Edwards is one of those players where, like I mentioned earlier, she's had an up and down sophomore year. She could give you 13 points in 18 minutes like she did against Lynx, or she could go 0-4 in 13 minutes like she has against the Wings.
It's a dangerous pass, but it finds the hands of Onyenwere. Directing traffic 2 on the shot clock. She realizes it. Puts it up. How about Elizabeth Williams chasing it down? She's got 9 rebounds here tonight to go with her 18 points. Onyenwere's second opportunity. Citron. A 3-pointer, her first of the night, the second for the Mystics tonight. $17 turnovers for Chicago. Engsler for 2. And Tyler Marsh will call the timeout.
It's a good timeout by Coach Marsh.
The timeout. Tyler Marsh has 2 timeouts left. The Mystics have 2 timeouts left as well. Looking to close it out and end an 8-game losing skid here tonight on the return of Ariel Atkins. Haley Van Lith steps on the sideline. It's her first minutes. Now, she's been dealing with an ankle injury. She was listed as questionable early in the day. She went through warm-ups, decided that she would be good to go, but that right ankle is really, really bandaged up.
Well, I like what Michaela Onyenwere did after she just turned the ball over. She just looked at her and said, shoot it, like shoot the ball. And that's the confidence that these vets are instilling in their young rookies.
There's a rookie. That looked like a rookie move, Lucy Olsen. Count the bucket, and one coming.
There's a reason why Lucy Olsen is just a couple years
good on the and one. We've got a foul call with inside 2 minutes left to play. Eric Bruton, our crew chief, Amy Bonner, and Angel Kent are our officials tonight.
This is an 11-point game. And Washington, you mentioned it earlier, Lisa, they are fighting for their playoff lives right now. This is a game where they feel like they could beat Chicago. So Chicago can't.
You meant to say 9-point game.
I went to Michigan. I did not go to Iowa like Lucy Olsen. So.
Michigan's a good school. You just didn't major in math.
Correct. In fact, I picked a major where
Mystics on a 10-0 run. Approaching the last 2 minutes or so. They've made this one interesting here for sure. Approaching about 90 seconds left to play. Atkins to Rachel Banham. Took a peek inside. 8 seconds here to work with. Banham turning the corner and finishing off to try to finish off the Mystics with that bucket. Melbourne has other ideas. Doesn't waste any time for the quick two. Atkins nearly losing it, pounces on it, and getting the timeout call. Boy, what a move there for Ariel Atkins. Rachel Banham trying to handle the pressure from Melbourne. 8-second violation by Chicago. Now remember, Ariel Atkins had possession, called the timeout.
and the clock doesn't reset. And Chicago did a great job of entering the ball. But what I would have liked to have seen them do different is to have a big in there to set a pressure release screen against that pressure that Melbourne was putting on
Melbourne for three. Edwards pursuing the offensive board, but lays right down on the baseline. It'll be Sky basketball. 62 seconds left and 2 full timeouts left.
This is a dangerous area. They're ready to pass the ball.
Double team gets it into Elizabeth Williams' hands. Rachel Banham. Inside a minute left to play. Elizabeth Williams. Kick out. Ariel Atkins to seal the deal.